I'm Tracy Risper, and this is 10-10-10 Secret to Success. And today I want to share with you what Oprah Winfrey would call my aha moment. And that's the moment that I got the name 10-10-10 Secret to Success. This was an experience that really took me by surprise. I could feel like a sense of calm and a sense of peace just come over me, and it just took over me, and I felt a sense of being reassured, and I felt a sense of invincibility. I could see everything that ever happened in my whole life. I could see the happy moments, I could see the low moments, the challenges. Like, I could see everything, raising my kids, being in just a lot of negative situations. Like, I could see all that. I could see all the celebrations, and and it wasn't like remembering before. Like, sometimes, when you remember something, you'll feel that. Like, if you remember like something's just really, really great happening in your life, and you can feel that happiness all over again, or you could feel like if something really negative happened, you could feel low all over again. I didn't feel it, but I could see it, and I could remember how it felt, but I wasn't feeling it. And there was like a urging of the information that I was receiving, and it was all good. It was all good. Like, everything is good. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is fine. And the aha wasn't that all this was happening, but the aha moment came when it was like a gift. It was telling me, this is a gift, but it's not for me. That was the aha. That was the aha, that what information that I was receiving was to bless other people. And that's the real aha. Because sometimes we think of things happening to us is for us. And it's not for us. It's so that everything that we've learned and everything that we've been through can benefit other people. And lift them up and support them if they're going through some of those same things, and you can walk them out the same way that I walked out. I've been in a lot of good situations, a lot of negative situations, but I've always made it through. And this experience was telling me that none of that is pointless, none of that is a waste. And it was for me at the time while I was going through it, but now that I've gotten through it, it's for somebody else. So that is the real aha about 10-10-10, Secret to Success. Now it's time to answer the question, what is 10-10-10 Secret to Success? But first, I want to let you know that I am a Christian woman. I'm a mother of 2 young adults. I have a master's degree in business administration. I am a business owner. I'm a military veteran. And I am also the founder of the Literacy Project. So I've done a lot of things in my lifetime, and it's not possible to fit it all into this video, but I do believe that I've come up with the words to explain what 10-10-10 Secret to Success is to you now. My first 10 is my relationship with God, and for me it actually started before I took my first breath. I am number 5 out of 6 kids, and I tell you, we was raised in church. My mama took us to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, and if she had choir rehearsal, we was sitting up in there for choir rehearsal too. But on any given Sunday, you could smell the food coming out of my house. My daddy, he would get up early and lay it out. Anything you could think of for breakfast. I'm talking pancakes, bacon, waffles, sausage, eggs, buttery grits, handmade biscuits, because my dad, he was a professional baker, and so was his dad. So the baked goods in my house was out of this world. But he would lay that breakfast out every Sunday. I don't care, hail, sleet, snow, we were gonna get a feast for breakfast, because we had a full day ahead of us. Because we go to Sunday school, we go to church service, we go downstairs in the church and have a feast for dinner, go back upstairs, 6 o'clock service, be back in church on Wednesday nights for Bible study. So I spent my whole youth in church, and I know a lot of people can relate to that. Growing up in the 70s and the 80s, that's what you did. It was just part of the fabric. So that was the beginning of my relationship with God. Now, as I got older and traveled the world, of course, I didn't always go to church. I didn't always do those things, but now evolving, having raised 2 kids in church, so they know something about being church kids, and just growing in that relationship. And it's not just going through the routine of going to church and all that, but you have to actually really want to know him, really want to invite him in your heart, accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and enter into that full relationship with God. You don't have that as a child, but as you accept him and that relationship grows. But one of the key things that really changed my life was the tithe. The Sunday is sacred, so I spend the time with God on Sundays. I have really carved out some time on Wednesdays to make that even more special too, so that way I can be in the mode to study. But the tithe is sacred. So I encourage anybody to read Malachi chapter 3, and it will tell you, it will give you God's promises on how if you give the tithe, how he will bless you. He will open the windows of heaven and you won't have room enough to receive it. So the first 10 for me is the tithe, and the time that I spend with God, and the time that I spend growing and developing that relationship. So the second 10 is ownership, and that is, to me, stewardship. Being responsible for everything that I own, both literally and figuratively. So figuratively, I own my family. I'm responsible for them. I was responsible for my 2 children as I was raising them. I was responsible for our home, our transportation, and everything that God blessed us with. So being a good steward over what he has given me, and to reinvest in those things, and to reinvest in my children, making sure they had everything that they needed to eat, clothing, shelter, making sure that they had resources for school, additional resources if they were having any challenges, sports equipment, shoes, socks, all the extra things that children would like and require, and making sure they had the top of the line cell phone, gotta get the laptops, gotta get the tablets and all that. So, being a good steward and reinvesting into what God has blessed you with is the second 10 for me. And it meant so much to be an example and to show my children, hey, I serve God. So that's the first one. And then everything that he's given us, we are good stewards, and we are going to honor him and show him that we appreciate everything that he has done for us and that we're grateful. So that's something that I try to instill in them. Hopefully now that they're out on their own, they're doing it not just in word, because I want them to be able to live that the same way. So that's something that I want to pass down to them, being responsible and owning our choices, our decisions, our actions, and taking care of everything that we've been blessed with. And the third 10 is development. Yes, I have my relationship with God. Yes, I focus on being a good steward, but I also need to focus on my development. And this is something that I have done my whole life. I have always looked at how can I be better as a person, as a professional, as a mom, any area of my life, I was always looking to improve, and taking the 10, my time, money, energy, and investing it into growing and developing and being better was so important to me, and it still continues to be. So even though I have achieved a certain level of education, I still go and take trainings to continue to improve myself, to develop and grow. And that all these lessons are the same lessons that I have brought my children up in. And now it's time for me to take those proven methods and the success and share it. So this has been a lifetime to get me to this moment. And I thought it was for me. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this aha, that this was for me and this was going to benefit me and my children. But now they're grown. Now they're out of the house. And I still am learning. I'm still growing. I'm still developing. I'm still a good steward. I'm still working on my relationship with God. So if you want to be successful, I invite you to take this journey with me. I'm not done. I have so much more in me. And now I want to share it with you. So thank you for watching. And please watch more videos, because this has only been a nutshell. I have so much more to share with you.